brilliant within the next 4 minutes. Let me just say this. First of all, I need to ask you, your grade is 12, right?
Yes.
Are you going to go on and perform in college?
Yeah, well, I feel called to be a worship pastor.
Huh?
I feel called to be a worship pastor.
A what?
A worship pastor.
A worship pastor. Well, nonetheless, if you were going to go on, I would be very happy to hear it. You have quite a lot of talent, and not only that, but just your presentation in terms of how you acknowledge your accompanist, the way that you conduct yourself on stage is probably the most professional that I've seen today. In terms of your sound, incredible attention to detail and diction. I really, really like the clarity of your words. I like the expression in your face. I like the posture. The only thing that I would say is when you're doing things like bum, 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 make sure that the breath stays underneath it and support it so that it doesn't in any way seem like it's getting, I don't want to say weak, but just make sure that it really still has the sense of da-da-da,
Okay.
da-da-da. Makes
Yeah.
sense? Okay, so in terms of that attention to detail, in terms of your attention to the diction, all really, really good things that are happening here. I'm trying to think. At the end of the piece, when you go into that, second to the last page where you go into that minor inflected section, I would suggest to you that you bring more out of that. So those individual notes that have taken you into a different key, that you sit on those just a little bit more to bring out the nature of that, that difference.
Yeah.
Okay, and then also love the end when you got to the end, measure 57, 58, where you have this long note that you're holding, that you didn't just sit on it, you know, that instead it was, you know, and it kept going, you know, excuse me, I'm a little bit sick, but in general, that happened. At the end, I know it's crazy, okay? High note, A flat, and it says piano. Oh, gee, thanks a lot for that. It'd be so much easier. It'd be so many, you know, you gotta hate the composer when they do that. But at the same time, I don't think you need to go so much into, it doesn't have to go so much into a falsetto. You can add a little bit of chord to the tone to keep it still a little bit more vibrant.
Okay.
But in general, I think, while I think that there were times where it got a little bit thin on the top, your notes are correct, your phrasing's correct, your diction's correct, and more importantly, your attitude on the stage makes me want to watch you. You don't just stand there, you're inviting the audience to watch, and to me, that's a big part of it. The acting job is huge. Have you ever listened to Ian Bostridge?
No.
Start. Okay? Particularly, he has a CD out, and your mom and dad can buy it for you. He has a CD out that's about 10 years old that's him singing all the Noel Cowell songs. They're absolutely brilliant, and your voice is very similar to that. Also, another guy that you might want to listen to is a guy by the name of Bryn Terfel. Don't listen to his classical Wagnerian opera and all that. Find his stuff where he does show tunes and things, and you would be surprised. I think that those would be two voices that you would really enjoy listening to. Anyway, despite the little things, I think that it was really, really great. And I think that I need to recommend you for a command on this because